if an injury to egos has to be done to a team, it should be so severe that their vengeance be not feared. Fin fans of North, Fin fans in the South, to the East, and to the West. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. So before we slide into this, I'd like to say thank you to all the subscribers, and if you're new to the channel, if you would please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It'll help us reach our milestone so that we'll be able to have a merch shelf in our description and get a polling option we can start using before week 1 of this regular season that's getting ready to kick off here in the next couple weeks, 2-3 weeks from now. And 2, if you look at our channel banner, you'll see a Shop Now button there in the bottom right-hand corner, and if you click that, it'll take you to our merch store. You'll be able to check out some cool t-shirts we got for you guys, so you guys can rock at the games that you go to, and also, you know, stay looking sharp and fresh this whole football season. And know that every Thursday we'll be dropping new t-shirt designs to help keep up with that whole wardrobe thing that you got going on there, looking super fresh and super clean. And know that you get free shipping with all that great stuff. And with all that, thank you. Let's get to it now. So tomorrow, as you guys know, we are playing the Raiders. And we are playing the first of the Bay Area Twins. And we played the Raiders last year, and the Raiders beat us 31-28. Although, I will say that I really think that we won that game. But, you know, that catch that Will caught in the end zone, and they said it hit the ground. I don't know. You know, but hey, it happened. They called it, and so we owe the Raiders a whooping. We owe them a whooping. This is preseason, but we owe them a whooping. And you know, the Raiders, that's my uncle's favorite team. But still, though, I mean, I'm still kind of salty about that 31-28 win that the Raiders had over us. And you know, we actually had the chance with Jacoby Brissett to win that. Now, what Miami's gonna have to do to win this preseason game against the Raiders, because the Raiders have a new coach, Josh McDaniel, and with him, he used to be the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, right? And we all know what, you know, that was like when he was with the Patriots, coaching them, that, you know, they had a little dynasty going. Now, this preseason here, actually, I think this might be the Raiders' last preseason game, I believe, maybe. Anyhow, the Raiders have started out pretty fast. You notice something totally different about their offense and their defense, and actually the team, is that they're not getting called for a lot of penalties, and 2, they are more of a rhythm team in the passing and the play calling. Everything is just really snap, snap, snap. Now, what we're going to have to do to beat these guys is we're going to have to play some sound football, even in this preseason game, because even the Raiders, like, even the backups are on rhythm, and their timing is right. So we're really going to have to get after Carr there, and we're going to have to contain Jacobs. But see, the Raiders have a stable of running backs too, and it's just not Jacobs, but Jacobs is their main bell cow. So what we're going to have to do is shore up our defensive line. The defensive line is going to have to show up, like Benito, he's doing his thing. John Jenkins, he's doing his thing. Of course, Wilkins, Raekwon. You know, listen, when you guys get in there, you're going to have to really stuff the run and make Carr have to reach out to Devontae Adams. Now, I'm anxious to see, how that's going to work out, because the Raiders got Devontae Adams, they got Renfro, and Waller, the tight end. And I'm hoping that these guys do play a little bit, and I'd like to see how they're going to match up against our Killer Bee defense, the new look Killer Bee defense. And we're gonna have to shut that down. We're gonna have to shut the running game down first, and then we're gonna need for our linebackers to really step up. I think that's gonna make the difference in us coming out with a dub. From a defensive standpoint. From an offense standpoint, the Raiders defense is pretty good, and they were pretty good last year, and they've gotten a lot more stout. However, against our offense, and we had Jacoby Brissett, it would be nice to see Tua out there against the Raiders, and with this new offense, and see how that's going to roll, because I believe that we might be able to pick them apart with our speedy receivers to open everything up for us and make these guys come off the line, because what they're going to do, they're going to stack the box, and they're going to make whoever is quarterback beat them through the air. They're going to make our quarterbacks have to win the game. They're going to command that. Listen, if we want to beat the Raiders, we're going to have to command that respect from them, like right off the rip. And if they don't want to give us that respect, we're going to have to take it, because we cannot sit there and have them box everything up on the line so that we just a one-dimensional team. So right off the rip, we're going to have to just fire them up through the air, get them boys off the line, and then once they start getting off the line, then just start plowing it right through the middle, right through the guts of the Raiders and the defense. And I think, we'll be successful with that. And plus, like we saw in Tampa Bay, we had our rhythm was nice. It was really nice. It was up-tempo. It was fast. It was like huddle up, hit the line, call a play, boom. And we were successful at that. And, if dealing with Josh Daniels, you know how he likes to run his offenses. He has like a bevy of different plays, and, the Raiders seem like they're attuned to, his coaching. And, they might be the West Coast version of the Patriots dynasty there. I don't know. It has yet to be told, but I'll tell you like this. It's looking, the Raiders are looking pretty good. However, Miami is better. And with that amount of talent we have on our team, just the same, and if not more, one of the best wide receiver duos, we need to open it up, and hopefully Waddle gets the chance to play. So let's see what's going on with that, and that's what we're gonna have to do to beat up on the Raiders. Now, I know some Raider fans but they don't like it, but this is my show. So I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I love it and weep, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I love you all the same. We're all NFL fans at the end of the day. So like there are like about 8 players that we need to watch, okay? And 2 of them kind of like at the quarterback area. Well, actually 3 of them really, but let's just count this all as one, because you're looking at Tua to see if Tua is going to get a chance to play finally. And I'm hoping that he is. Tua says he wants to play. Mike McDaniel, he's kind of on the fence about it. Or, he's just not letting the cat out the bag. But really, it's really no secret, because the man's going to have to get on the field at some point this preseason. And people want to see this. People want to see that this chemistry with the entire first string offense, and see how it's going to function, and see how it's just like a car, it's like when you go check out a car, you always want to start the car out and see how it runs. So this is something that's going to be looked at like today even, and all the way up till the game tomorrow is Tua playing. We might even find out today actually, soon. So we want to know that. Now, importantly, what we're probably thinking about, I know what I've been thinking about, is if Skyler is going to be the backup or is Bridgewater going to be the backup. So no matter what, I know they're going to carry 3 quarterbacks because they're not going to put Skyler out there on the practice squad so some other team can come by and swoop him off your practice squad. That's not happening. That happened with Sinnett, and they're not going to let that happen with Skylar Thompson. That's for sure. So, really you're looking at the battle between Skylar Thompson and Teddy Bridgewater. Skylar, as you guys know, he was like, 21 or 28 for 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's been on fire since OTAs. That man got off the plane in Miami from Kansas and was like, I want to play, I want to win, and I want to do it now. And this is where we are with him. He has no fear, and he has shown and played as advertised. He's a gunslinger, and sometimes gunslingers, like every great gunslinger, they throw some interceptions, they get back up, do it again, and get about 2-3 different touchdowns on top of that. So for every interception, it's like 4 touchdowns. And this is what Skyler brings you. But the consistency for Skyler is going to be this preseason. So this is going to be an ultimate test for him because, again, we have the first of the Bay Area boys tomorrow, and we play their twin brother, the San Francisco 49ers, who some might think are going to be in the Super Bowl with us this year. I don't know. That would make a good Super Bowl. As one of the supporters for ClickinWithAFinFan says, it would be a great Super Bowl to see, and it'd be like a good rematch from the '84 Super Bowl. And I definitely concur with him on that for sure. And I say that with Skyler's coming into his own, it's really gonna put a stress on Tua, meaning that Tua's just gonna have to really show up and show out should he not get a chance to play in this game. And Skyler does, and Skyler did what he did last week, but with even better numbers. So that's going to be interesting to see. And two, with Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy Bridgewater, he's in camp, and Teddy Bridgewater's doing pretty good. He's solid, and we all know about Teddy Bridgewater. You can't overlook the man. He come back from a bad injury, and he filled in for Drew Brees with the Saints, and he was undefeated while he was filling in for Drew Brees. He did a decent job when he was with the Jets, and did a decent job when he was with Carolina. So, you just never want to overlook him. However, everything is pointing towards Skyler, maybe the backup quarterback. We shall see. So that's going to be a whole interesting one itself. Then you got Connor Williams, okay? I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that. I want to see him start out there at center and see how many high snaps and, bobbles that we'll have. I hope we don't have any. However, there's just been an abnormal, well, I'm not going to say abnormal because the man, he plays guard. This is his first year playing center in the NFL, and he excelled at guard. And I don't know why we just don't go ahead and get the center. We've auditioned a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them already, and there's J.C. Treader. He's still out there. So this is going to be a real test to see between them switching out between Dieter and Connor Williams. Dieter came in from his foot injury, and he played pretty much the whole game last week. So to see Connor Williams out there, that's going to be interesting. Solomon Kenley. Solomon Kenley has had a meh type of camp, and he got beat up on when we were doing the joint practices in Tampa, and to have him out there as well, it's going to see, is Solomon Kenley ready to play this season? I mean, is his mind right? Is he physically there? Is he spiritually there? Is he emotionally ready for this season? Because we need all hands on deck. And if Solomon Kenley is not going to fill in that gap, then we need to find somebody that's going to. And this is going to be a test, I think, for Solomon Kenley as well. Now, we're like looking at the receivers, and I think that we need to look at Tanner Conner. Tanner Conner is that wide receiver from Idaho State, star wide receiver, Idaho State. They converted to tight end, and he is doing pretty good for, playing tight end for the first time, especially in the NFL. I mean, he has good hands, he blocks, and he has some wheels up underneath him. So I'm going to be interested to see what's going to happen with him and see, how much more productive he's going to be. And, the battle between him, Hunter Long, and Seathan, it's going to be interesting, because I'm thinking one of them tight ends will probably be on the practice squad. And usually when you're on that practice squad, you know that any team can come pick you up off that practice squad. So that's going to be something to see what's going to happen with Tanner. And then I'm looking at like 4 wide receivers, okay? And it's weird because actually I would say 5 wide receivers, but really 4, because I'm looking to see Bowden, Preston, those 2 for sure, because they're on the trading block. I'm going to see Braylon Sanders and Trent Sherfield. And the reason why I'm like focusing on these 4 and not so much Cedric Wilson, because Cedric Wilson, if you guys don't remember, he replaced Amari Cooper out there in Dallas. Like, he was like their go-to man. And when Amari left, they were looking at him, Cedric, to step up and be that number 1, and CeeDee Lamb was just still going to be that number 2 until CeeDee Lamb was ready. But it didn't work out that way, because we picked up Wilson. Sorry about that. We picked up Cedric straight from the agency, from the free agent line, from the free agent market, so that we got him on the team. And now it's interesting because you have Bowden, okay, who we never really got a chance to evaluate. He just put on the spotlight, and this man is taking every minute of this shine, and he is glistening, gleaming like flow ride, And so it's like, that's interesting in itself, because are we going to trade Bowden and Preston? Well, Preston's going to get traded. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. Preston's going to get traded, and it's looking like he might go to the Bears, because the Bears are looking like they need some wide receiver help, and maybe some offensive line help too. But anyhow, it's like Bowden is a remarkable talent. I always thought he was a remarkable talent, and in fact, Bowden came from the Raiders, so that's going to be interesting to see how this is all going to play out. But moving on to like Braylon Sanders and Trent Sherfield, both of these guys and Sanu are just like, they're all stepping up. And you would think that like there'd be a drop off maybe after Wilson, maybe, but no, it's not like that at all. Even River Craycraft, it's not like that at all. these guys are stepping up, and they are taking this moment to put some heat on some defenses and show why they need to be on the team still. So this is all going to be interesting to see how this is all going to play out, with these guys. And because really there's an idea of who is going to play wide receiver number 3. We do have Cedric Wilson, and Cedric Wilson is he's the truth. But then you have Sanu showing out, you have Bowden showing out, you have Sheffield showing out, you have Braylon Sanders showing out. What are you gonna do? Okay, so that's something we're gonna be looking at too. You guys should definitely take a look at it as well. And when you're looking at some more of these other players out there that I'm thinking of, I'm thinking on defense is Tyndall. I want to see what Tyndall. I'm gonna see more of Tyndall. I'm gonna see more of what Tyndall is gonna be, what he's gonna be doing. And from sideline to sideline, goal to goal. I want to see more Tyndall in action and covering, and more run stuffing, and also Javon Holland. Javon Holland is having a great camp, and I want to see more of that in this preseason game. As much as Coach Mike McDaniel will let the starters play, I would like to see Javon Holland a little bit more, and I'd like to see the progression of these rookies and the second-year vets come in and just do their thing, like with Jalen Phillips too. So I thought that those are some players that I'm thinking that we need to watch, during this game tomorrow. It's going to be a good game, and we do owe the Raiders a whooping. That dub that they took away from us, that does not belong to the Raiders. I'm almost willing to say it was we probably need to go back through them records and stuff, and probably recall this game. I don't know. It seems kind of conspiratorial to me, huh? Right? Anyways, well, look, if you guys have any questions, comments, please drop them below. And if you guys are new here, please subscribe, and hit the bell. It'll help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our description and get a polling option that we can use at the beginning of the season. And two, if you look at the channel banner there, you'll see a Shop Now button. If you click that Shop Now button, that'll take you to our merch store where you can go get you some t-shirts and you can rock them at the games wherever you guys go watch the games. And to keep you guys looking fresh and clean, every Thursday for the rest of the season, we'll be dropping new t-shirt designs for you guys. And you also get free shipping with that. And with all that, I just want to say thank you guys. You guys have a good weekend. Love y'all. Deuces. So I figured I was going to wait to start this at the beginning of the season of game 1 and not preseason. And I'm still going to do that. But, I think what I'll do is just kind of let you know what's going on. Okay, so I created a cartoon short. It's called Odd Gamble. And basically, Odd, he's like a ace card, and he represents like what you know of something, of a game. Is it windy? Is the grass too high, or is it the field muddy, or is the ball pressurized right? No, but really though, it's like what you know. Okay, that's Odd, and he is the spade card. And then there's Gamble. The Gamble is the house. It's like the casinos. Okay, the things that you don't know, but you just kind of go with the feeling a little bit, and it depends on what's in the papers. Okay, so for example, USA Today has Miami favored by 1.5 points. Right now, I would ask you guys who you think is going to win, and if you guys think the odds of Miami winning are better, or do you guys think, the gamble of Miami winning is better, or who do you think will win in the contest just overall? And from that, what'll happen is that I'll show you a little cartoon of the results of, whoever wins, either the odds or gamble. So that's what I have in store for you guys here at the very beginning of the season, and it's gonna be a fun football season this year. Got some cool things stored for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, any thoughts, ideas, just drop in the comments below. In the meantime, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit the channel or hit the bell. That way it'll help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our description and to get polling options to utilize for this at the beginning of the season. And know that in our channel banner up there in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a shop now button. You click that, it'll take you to our merch store, and you'll be able to check out some cool new t-shirt designs that we have for you guys to keep you looking fresh all football season long, representing the Miami Dolphins. And you get free shipping with that. And every Thursday we're gonna keep it hot for y'all with some new t-shirt designs. And with all that, I just want to say thank you, love y'all. Fin fans up north, Fin fans in the south, to the east and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to take a look at our gear. Clicking with the Fin Fan. You can check out the links below. And also know that your support with this helps our artists, and it also helps what we're doing here with Clicking with the Fin Fan. And a good thing about it all is you also get free shipping with that. So just take a look at the gear that we got. Grab something for you, your boo, significant other, your kids.